The purpose of this video is for Lecture 1 for CSCI 1000 students, or as a substitute for Chapter 1 for CIST 1100 students. The typical worksheet is composed of rows and columns. When you enter in data, you type. If you are typing and realize you've made a mistake, you use the backspace key, or on the Apple it's called the delete. Notice that when I hit enter, it takes me down a row to the next cell, the cell being an intersection of row and column. Now that's not necessarily the way you want to do it. I really don't want this one to go down to row 4. I want it to go across to row C, and I can do that by hitting the right arrow, etc. In this particular case, there's an easier thing that you can do. Let's undo it. I can hit the check mark to stay in that particular cell, and then I can grab this thing here at the right corner, lower corner, and grab it across with my left mouse button, and it does what's known as a copy fill. In this case, it's a fill. It is filling with a pattern. A common beginner mistake is taking a look at something like Wednesday and saying, oh, it doesn't fit, let me put a blank column in there. Column E should be blank so it's big enough. It doesn't work that way. If you need to make a column wider, you just double click. Or you can manually do it. Or you can highlight, do a right mouse button, and change the column width to some number. In this case, it would be best if they were all the same size, so column width of 11. All right, so I'll do all 4 columns the same width of 11. Then they're uniform. It is desirable to have columns that contain the same type of data be the same size. All right, with that little bit of information, let's go take a look at a couple of the spreadsheets that I've already set up. Why might you do things in Excel? Well, let's have our imaginary school, Manawi School, show choir tryouts. I challenge those of you who like a good puzzle. Go look up Manawi substituting an I for the double E and see what significance that has for the state of Nebraska. Well, first of all, I've got the judges there, and I can do that fill idea, and it'll do the numbers for me. You like that? I've got a problem with column A in that the longest name doesn't show. Instead of having a blank column B, we'll double click A, and we realize that, oh, it's too big, so I'll drag it back to about 1 letter bigger than this entry. It is okay to have long labels spill over into the other ones as long as nothing else needs to be in the same area. Another common mistake is formatting too soon. Now, at the early part of your project, you can do some basic formatting. For instance, in this one, we've got 4.7, 4.02, 5. We don't have any consistency with the decimal places with the numbers. Easy fix. Highlight them. And then over here, increase the decimals. Boom, it understands you want it to 2 places, and now we have a uniform look. Another problem is the column headings here. If the numbers get kind of wide, then having this thing way at the left can really kind of throw you off. A common beginner mistake is to make the numbers fit the labels. No, 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 no. Numbers are king in spreadsheets. We make the labels fit the numbers. So I could do a couple of things. I could right align it, or I could center it. Either one works pretty good. But that's all I would do for now for the basic formatting. It's very easy to add up these numbers. You don't have to go get a calculator and type them in. We can use a formula. The formula that we're going to use is really something called a function, and to me it's the most simple basic thing you can do in Excel, but for those of you in CSCI 1000, the Microsoft Office Bible, the Mac Bible, they don't really show you how to do this. They just put it in there. The assumption is you'll figure it out. For instance, in the 2013 Bible, it is merely mentioned on page 556 in a long list of other things. In the Mac 2008 book, it is kind of demonstrated on a couple of pages, 430. Those of you with the other books, I would suggest that you look under Sum, S-U-M, in the index at the back, and under Function, also they sometimes have a list of them. Or just watch this video. We've got this really marvelous little thing here that's going to add up the numbers B3 through G3. I'm going to hit the check mark thingy. This is not really B3 through G3. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 away through 1 away. Well, in deference to our need to see things concretely, the software puts up cell addresses. But that's the pattern that's in there, which means I can grab this handle now. Now it's definitely a copy handle, and just copy it down. Boom. Very quickly, we've got some answers. Let's take a look at a Girl Scout cookies spreadsheet. I did get permission from the Girl Scout office to use this with 2 stipulations: that I spell the names of the cookies correctly and that I put the trademark or the registered trademark symbol after each one or wherever it was required. So if we take a look at their website, we see that the Thanks a Lot cookies have a trademark, as do the lemonades. I didn't do the mango creams because the name was so long. Shortbread Thin Mints don't. Peanut butter patties do, and caramel delights do. They have registered. So how can I do that? Well, I knew in Word that all I had to do was type the left parentheses TM right parentheses and it would work. Lo and behold, it worked in Excel. I did not know that before today. So this is the challenge. Hey, I've got a new problem. Can I solve it? Me too. So TM, gotta hit the check mark. Yep. Shortbreads and Thin Mints are there. Oh, was Delights with a capital D or not? Let's go back and check. No, little d, L-I-T-E-S. Oh, they don't have a space either before the registered trademark. So I'm just going to back up. And it still worked. Good. Oh, peanut butter patties. Okay, so I got it out of order. How could I get those switched? I can cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. All right. With this one, we've got a little bit different goal. I can add these up. Yep, right one. Oh, we don't really want, we want whole numbers. Let me see if it'll work. Oh, still's got the same thing. I would like to do something a little bit here. What if we put a blank row in there? Like blank columns, we want to avoid blank rows, but sometimes people do them. But look what happens if I pick the auto sum then. It's making the wrong choice, isn't it? You need to look at what it's doing, and if it's wrong, fix it. I could just fix it by just highlighting the correct set like so. But I'm going to erase all of this stuff, put totals where it belong, put one of them in, copy it, and now here's a little surprise. I don't have to put one in. I can highlight first, then do the auto sum, and it gets it. Is that cool or what? It's a little unnerving to be working with these titles like this. I don't believe this is a Chapter 1 concept, but we'll figure out something anyhow because we need to. If I go to Alignment, looky, got this thing. There. Oh, what happens if I do total? Either I had that highlighted or else it borrowed the formatting from the adjoining stuff. Well, this is a good place to stop. When you come back, we'll format some, and we will add in a chart or a graph. But your assignment is going to be to either dream up your own version of this with something else, you know, the fall or the winter greenery sales from the Boy Scouts, or the Red Wheel dance class fundraisers, or your own version of something, expenses, your own budget, etc. And if you can't think up one of your own, then imitate one of mine, okay? So see you back in a bit for formatting and adding charts.